Bob Reclamone, Mike Sisk. How's everybody?
Fine. Good morning. How are you, Dale?
Good.
I gave you a reprieve for the whole season last year. I didn't mention the Cardinals once. I didn't give you a hard time, not even once. The whole season. And you didn't even recognize.
Wow.
That's bad.
Well, last season really wasn't one of those seasons where I was thrilled until we finally won the Central Division. But hats off to Washington.
It's not over till the fat lady sings, Dale.
Yeah. Anyway, good morning, everybody, and welcome down on the Corner program, brought to you now by your local hometown Sears store. And be sure to stop by this weekend and save big with their big family and friends sales event. Bob, can you tell us more about this?
The only thing I know is they're moving a lot of material over there, and this weekend, especially today and tomorrow, they are giving an extra 10% off of pretty much anything in the store.
Special pricing on everything in the store. They also have on-site repair for all your appliances and lawn and garden equipment.
That is the biggest change since the new owners took over. They no longer send anything to Harrison or to Springfield. They do everything right there in their shop, and it's a good thing for us, the consumer.
There you go. And you've got a good story.
About Sears?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we was talking about that yesterday. You know, when I was a kid growing up, everything, I ain't gonna say everything, a lot of the stuff in our house came from Sears and Roebuck.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, every piece of clothing I wore to school came from there, I believe.
Catalog order.
But in 1975, my dad and I liked to watch baseball together. And we were watching, and I'm pretty sure it was the Reds versus the Red Sox in 75.
Mm-hmm.
And it was game 7. So I went to school that morning. My dad went to work. I got home from school. Mom says, "Son, the TV quit today." And I thought she was yanking my chain. So I run over there and turn it on, and sure enough, the TV doesn't work. So my dad got home about 4:30 from his job, and I told him, we jumped in the pickup truck. We ran to Sears when it was down here by O'Reilly on Main Street.
On 3rd Street, that's where we were.
And we bought a 25-inch console color TV. That was the first color TV we'd ever had in our house. And
Sears.
my dad and I watched Game 7 on a color TV that night, and we thought we were like in the White House or something, you know. And
There you go.
my mom swore up and down that if she had needed to go to the emergency room, we wouldn't have moved as quickly as we did to go get that TV. Yeah.
I love that story.
But Sears was a big part of everything around our house. Appliances. My dad bought lawnmowers and stuff. It was all
man.
the time, you know.
Right. And so
Bought tires and stuff from the automotive department.
Yep. That's why we're emphasizing. Stop by this weekend and save big with their family and friends sales event. Special pricing on everything in the store.
And make sure while you're there you talk to JR or one of his salespeople. They've come out with a new preventive maintenance program. There's going to be 2 different programs, one for lawn and garden items,
Really?
lawnmowers, push mowers, zero turns, and then their appliances. They've got a whole package for appliances. You can do 1, 2, 3, 4, up to 5. If you pick the big package of 5, it's $175 a year, and they'll come out to your home and make sure that your appliances are running absolutely the way they're supposed to.
Your local hometown Sears store, 1029 Highway 62 East, 425-3191. And don't forget about Brewed Awakening Coffee, the best coffee in town. They've been with us now for about 8 or 9 years, sponsoring the Down on the Corner program. 3 locations to serve you. We've got Bomber Boulevard, we've got 62 East Plaza, and they now are in the lobby at the hospital, I've heard. And so be sure to check out any of the 3 locations of Brewed Awakening Coffee. If you're not drinking Brewed Awakening, you're just drinking muddy water. How do you like it?
Love it.
Yeah, can't beat it. What's your wife drinking? Has she seen the light yet, or is she still on the other stuff?
I'm not sure what she has.
Brewed Awakening Coffee, the best coffee in town. If you're not drinking Brewed Awakening, you're just drinking muddy water. Roller Funeral Homes of Arkansas bring you morning prayer each and every day with all our respect. Roller Funeral Homes, 29 in the state to serve you, with 1 in Memphis, Tennessee. Here in town, talk to Brad, Bruce, Charlotte, Chris, anyone else there can help you. It's a hard situation, you know, but yet they can get you through that tough situation. It's a very professional, caring, loving, and understanding group of people. And so when the need arises, Roller Funeral Homes. In fact, Bob Rectenwald had a client one time and says, Dale needs to talk about pre-planning. Correct. And so talk to them about your pre-planning at Roller Funeral Homes. And very professional. When they say with all our respect, it's not just their motto, they live by it every day. So let's pause now for our morning prayer. Heavenly Father, our area has a lot of really good stores. Of course, we have the huge corporate stores, but our locally owned stores are special. auto repair, grocery, auto parts, jewelry, clothing, restaurants, all locally owned. We call them mom and pop shops, meaning family owned and operated. Lord, today I pray for their businesses and their successes. These shops and retail outlets are the heartbeat of our area. I pray you bless our local business people and help them to be continually successful. It's my prayer today. Amen.
Amen.
Roller Funeral Homes of Arkansas, bring morning prayer each and every day with all our respect. Roller Funeral Homes. Trumpet.
Do 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 do.
Boy,
You
you've been
would
taking
think-
lessons. He's been taking lessons from Scooter.
Well, I
hasn't
don't know. You're awful nice to him.
Thanks.
You would think a guy with the wife as pretty as she is could do a little better trumpet than that.
Thanks. I'll try harder.
Apparently his musical skills weren't high on her list of reasons that she married him.
See, yeah, Mike agrees with me. Yeah.
Morning weather brought to you by the Z Team. Bob and Linda Zador for all your real estate needs.
And how
870.
many more weeks?
I hope a lot. He's doing a good job. And you like the Cardinals too, don't you?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We got 3 Cardinal fans here, so fun. Z Team, 870-40793, retiredarkansas.net. Take a look at the White River.
Oh, it's a good one today.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I think sometimes if we just wait a couple more minutes.
Yeah, or a little bit later today, 7:07 right
yeah.
now instead of like 7:03 or
Yeah.
The beautiful White River separating Marion and Baxter counties. You see the bridge lit to the left of Cotter, Arkansas. Did you grow up in Cotter or Gassville?
I grew up in Gassville,
Yep.
went to school at Cotter.
Yeah. How many times you go down on the rope and swing into Big Spring?
Man, I've been on that river, in that river, everywhere down. Cotter was a great place, you know.
Still is. I
It
love
still
it.
is, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Now, the little clearing right there is the baseball park, the little railroad museum, the picnic area, little fishing area right there in that little clearing. And you're looking right into Cotter, Arkansas from Marion County. The camera's brought to you by Z Team. Bob and Linda Zador for all your real estate needs. 870-405-0793. Check out the website, retiredarkansas.net. You can check out all the listings in the area, both in Arkansas and Missouri. The team is ready to help you, whether Arkansas or Missouri, from Marshall to Mountain Home, Mountain View, Arkansas to Mountain View, Missouri, and Gainesville, and everywhere in between. So call the Z Team, 870-405-0793. Right now we got 37 degrees in Mountain Home, 38 at Flippin, 37 in Harrison, 38 at Yellville. Here we go again, back and forth, back and forth. 37 at Calico Rock and Salem. Mountain View, Arkansas at 39. It's 35 in St. Louis, 38 at Poplar Bluff, 37 at West Plains. Branson at 37, but only 16 in Watford City, North Dakota. Of course, the west coast of Washington getting its usual daily morning shower, and part of that moves into Idaho, and some of it's in Oregon. A little bit of a freezing precip in New Mexico going into Texas. Other than that, we've got a little bit west of Nashville. It stretches basically from Fort Wayne, Indiana, and down through Indianapolis and Louisville, Kentucky, where it's a little bit of snow and ice, and it turns into rain all the way down into Mississippi, Panhandle of Florida, and then a little bit in Georgia. And so a little bit of rain just to our east. Zooming into Arkansas. There we go. We show showers over around Jonesboro, Arkansas. This is going to affect Highway 63, Interstate 555, Highway 67, going up basically from Newport to Poplar Bluff, Missouri. I-40 at West Memphis going into Memphis. Other than that, everything else is clear. Interstate 30, 40 west of Little Rock, and 49 will be in pretty good shape right now. And I don't think we have any rain for us in the forecast right now, but northeast Arkansas with a little bit of rain, in southeast Missouri with a little bit more rain. That's going to be affecting Highway 67, Interstate 55, going up towards Cape Girardeau out of Blytheville, Arkansas. A little bit east of St. Louis around O'Fallon, Illinois, Fairview Heights, Belleville, Collinsville, and I-64 at Highway 50 and 159 there. Over in Missouri, I-7, I'm going to say I-40, but it's I-44 and I-70, I-49 all clear. I-64 a little bit from East St. Louis, Illinois, east, and then after you get past out of St. Clair County, Illinois, you're going to be clear from that point. So, no watches or warnings.
Very nice. Supposed to be beautiful Sunday.
Oh, can't wait. Today, high of 47, patchy fog. Tonight, 32. Tomorrow, sunny, 51. Sunday, 70. I heard Bob Knight say 72, so I'm going with Bob Knight.
Oh, I'll go with Bob Knight.
Bob and Brad said 72 on Sunday, so Elizabeth will take it.
Brandon Beck said 55 this morning.
He wrong.
On Sunday?
Yeah.
Brandon. 65 on Monday. Huh?
That's up there.
Yeah, that's up there. Yeah. They can have it at Springfield.
Yeah.
High of 65 on Monday, 20% chance of showers through the day, 40%, 60% going in Monday and Tuesday, but we're going to enjoy a nice Saturday and Sunday. Drought monitor is a little bit improved in Arkansas. We're a D1 in extreme southwest Arkansas in Miller County. The other counties go all the way up into Hot Spring County with an abnormally dry or moderate dry. Missouri's behaving themselves, getting plenty of rain, and looky there, no drought situations at all.
Very nice.
Not bad at all. Morning weather is brought to you by the Z-Team. Bob and Linda Zadora for all your real estate needs. 870-405-0793. Retiredtoarkansas.net. And they need some listings, so if you're ready to sell your home, want to get it listed, give them a call today, and the team will get you all set up. So, can't beat it. Community news, we have a pancake breakfast on February 15th at the Clark Ridge Volunteer Fire Department. It'll host its first pancake breakfast of the year. Their location is 12101 Highway 201 North in Clark Ridge, Arkansas. The firefighters will be serving pancakes, ham or sausage, $7 for adults, $3.50 for children under 12. And then Bob Rechtenwald can help me with this. The Texas Hold'em Tournament coming up on February 15th.
Big fundraiser for American Legion.
Yeah, they've been doing it 20 years now, they say. Yeah. Call Lester White at 421-2006. That print gets any smaller. Going to be at the Twin Lakes Golf Course in Mountain Home. Registration at 11 and tournament starts at 1. I'm sure there's going to be time to eat a lunch right there. And of course, the Elks Lodge has some excellent food right there. And then don't forget, we also have the Valentine Cookie Sale at the Van Meter Senior Center, February 10th through 14th from 8 until 4. Help support a great cause there at 1101 Spring Street. This benefits the Van Meter Senior Center Meals on Wheels. Cookies are $1 to $2 each. Cookie bouquets 12 per half dozen, 20 for the dozen. Chocolate suckers, hearts or roses, $1 each.
You know, one thing about that Meals for Wheels, a lot of people think, well, that's a government-funded program,
It's
and
not.
why are they raising money all the time for it? Because it doesn't cover it all.
It doesn't cover it all. They do what, 250, at around 250 meals a day.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How they do it is incredible for the price they do. It costs them 6, they get 3 basically.
Right.
It's a 50-50 split. Not good, but that's how it is. So, you guys got any activities going on?
Just the Mountain Home High School GAP program wants to watch your littles on Valentine's Day from 6 to 10 at the Hope Center,
Oh, yeah.
Baptist
Yeah.
Church. And call Heather Hatman. She can help set you up with that, 870-421-1215. And cost is $25 for one child, $35 for two, or if you have a family, $40 will be the max. So if you want a night out with your significant other, you need somebody to watch the children, and Valentine's Day is the hardest day to find somebody to watch your children. So yeah, contact Heather Hatman, 870-421-1215.
And we got the GAP program coming in on March 13th, it looks like.
Yep.
Good. It's
They'll
going to be
in
fun.
to tell you all about how that works and what they do.
Good.
And Dale, you've got for the French Club is doing the chili dinner over at Century 21. I believe that's
appreciate
tonight.
Yeah, let me bring that up real quick. It will throw this graphic on. This is tonight from 4 to 7, Century 21 Lemac Real Estate. $5 for a bowl of chili, dessert, and a bottle of water. Boy, I'm glad you brought that up. My goodness. This is a fundraiser for their trip to Quebec, Canada. So,
Very
good.
nice.
Very good.
Yeah.
Going to take a break. Mike Sisk is our guest, and hold up that little gun right there. We got a model gun. He's going to show us some gun safety after the shooting at the Church of Christ in Texas. We're going to talk a little bit about gun safety and a little bit about that and some training issues, and then your wife's going to be our guest.
Yes.
So I'm looking forward to it. Be right back.
Hot seat.
Jim Brown Company keeps you cool when it's hot and warm when it's not. A trusted name in the mountain home community, Jim Brown Company provides timely heating and cooling installation and repairs. Our certified technicians incorporate new technology on every job to provide you with the most advanced services. At our metal fabrication shop, we handle projects big and small. We've created everything from commercial ducts to custom designs.
I'd recommend Jim Brown Company to my friends and neighbors. The reason being they have high-tech equipment. Their service techs are well qualified for the job that they do, and they also send me a report after all the work is done so I know exactly what my unit's doing.
By visiting our showroom, you can learn all about our heating and cooling products. We'll educate you on your options and help you decide on the right solution. For total comfort at your home or business, choose Jim Brown Company. Quality service with a family name since 1964.
Have you ever noticed every time you wash your car, you end up wetter than the actual car? Next time, run down to Car Care and let the friendly staff put a smile on your face. Car Care of Mountain Home has a variety of services to clean your vehicle's needs, inside and out. From a simple wash and shine to their outstanding detailed services. Located 1525 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. Stop by Car Care Mountain Home today, because driving a clean car always makes you feel good.
Take a step back in time when going to a barbershop meant more than just getting a haircut. Come into Legionnaire Barbershop today, a unique gentleman's barbershop. Get back in style with 2 experienced licensed barbers who are trained in tonsorial arts and lock removal and are happy to give you a straight razor shave. Legionnaire Barbershop is veteran-owned and operated and located at 1041 Highland Circle, Suite 55 in Mountain Home. For a full, old-fashioned barbershop experience, stop by Legionnaire Barbershop today.
Hi, we're Bob and Linda Zadora, the Z Team at Century 21 Lemac Realty, and we'd like you to meet the rest of our team.
When you are working with the Z Team, you will find that not only are they down-to-earth people, but they are trained professionals who work with downsizers, first-time homebuyers, and clients who may want to relocate to our beautiful Ozarks. Our team has agents who specialize in lake and river properties, listing and selling raw land, acreage, and all residential homes. Listing your property with the Z Team will help get it sold with unmatched Century 21 global marketing. You can find out more at retiretoarkansas.net.
When you need durable and comfortable hospital scrubs stat, you need the Uniform Shop. The Uniform Shop is the place for top quality uniforms, carrying a great selection of name brands, including Carhartt, Vera Bradley, Urbane, and Grey's Anatomy, as well as shoes from Skechers, Nursemates, Softwalk, and Landau, stethoscopes from Littman, blood pressure cuffs, scissors, name tag retractables, compression socks, paramedic VDUs, and Rocky boots. The Uniform Shop also offers customizing, embroidery, and minor alterations. Let us put you in uniforms. Shop the Uniform Shop.
When you think about
718, I invited Mike Sisk to come in and talk to us about some gun safety. He's got a model Beretta what?
That's a model Beretta 92.
This is a very hard plastic replica.
Yeah, it's what it is. You know, we used in the industry, a lot of people call them blue guns. They come out in a blue plastic. Well, of course, we've got a green one. But the only danger this offers to anybody is if you want to use it like a hammer and put a knot on somebody's head.
There you go.
Yeah. Great for demo purposes.
Yeah. The shooting at the Church of Christ in Texas, there was a trained, armed professional in that congregation. Of course, 2 lives were lost. The third one was, of course, a suspect. So this guy was trained properly. Now, you train not necessarily for the church stuff, but you do train for self-defense. Tell us a little bit about gun safety and what you do and how we can take advantage of what you teach.
The fellow that did that killed that murderer down in Texas, I believe his name was Jack Miller. He was a 71-year-old reserve deputy who owned a firing range, and he taught some shooting classes. So he had some skills. And in that church, I believe he was a volunteer on the church security team.
Really?
Yeah, you know, there were other people, if you saw that video, at the very end of the video, there were 3 or 4 other armed people that came out. Unfortunately, they couldn't stop that guy from killing those other 2 guys, but they stopped it before he killed 15 or 20 other people. So, but yeah, Jack Miller was he has a lot of training, I would think, and I am a member of Get Trained, Be Ready. It is a network of instructors throughout the state of Arkansas, and Dale's holding up a card right there. We do everything under the sun as far as firearms training, all the way from we do basic NRA stuff to conceal carry, enhanced conceal carry, church safety. And what I do is I train to teach people how to use a handgun in self-defense or a carbine.
Okay. How do we avoid the panic?
You don't. That's part of our that's part of our survival system in a human.
Because if we're carrying something like this, and well, let's say you got a single female in an apartment and somebody's trying to break in.
Yep.
What do? I mean, how do we avoid you got the adrenaline rush.
Sure you do.
You've got the gun, but you need to do it safely, and you need to think through this.
Right. As long as there's been humans on this earth, we have had a survival system that's hardwired into us. And this adrenaline rush you're talking about is part of it. Now, if you are an untrained individual who has maybe went out and bought a firearm and you loaded it and put it on your nightstand and that's all you've done with it, then this adrenaline rush and what's happening to you can be detrimental. It can cause you issues, okay? Because you are not familiar with your defensive handgun. If you have invested some time and effort into learning how to use that firearm and understanding what is happening to you at that moment, then it's still going to be scary. It's still going to be the worst moment of your life. But you have a plan. That's something you must figure out in advance. It's easier to implement a plan that you have made up in advance than it is to improvise a solution when the door is getting kicked down at 2 a.m., right?
Right.
Okay. The shooting techniques that we teach come from a man named Rob Pincus, and it's called intuitive defensive shooting. And the first word in that is intuitive. And the definition of that is it works well with what our body does naturally. So I have been to a...
So this is almost an instinctive.
No, don't use the word instinctive, because this is all trained and it's learned.
Really?
Okay? Now, I have been to a lot of training schools in different places taught by very good people. And intuitive defensive shooting is the first one I've been to where they take into account the fact that your body is going to go through certain natural reactions, internal and external. And there's not really anything you can do about it. It is hardwired into us. So we incorporate the body's natural reactions into better helping us use this firearm to defend ourselves, okay? In this scenario you're talking about, nobody ever wants to wake up in the middle of the night with that going on, but you are going to be so far ahead of the game if you have trained, if you are competent and comfortable with your firearm, and if you have made a plan in advance. Your chances of coming through this is going to be a lot better than if you have never thought about it and you try to improvise. You wake up from a dead sleep and your brain is overloaded and adrenaline is flowing through you like a fire hose, and you're trying to come up with what do I do next. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's easier to implement a pre-made plan than it is to improvise a solution to something that you've never experienced before.
Good points.
Okay?
Good points. Show us how to handle that weapon.
There's a lot of people that have, in the last years, it seems like there's a lot of people who have gotten concealed carry licenses. More people seem to be getting concerned with being able to defend themselves. So when you go out and you buy a firearm, the first thing, my dad took me out when I was a kid and taught me how to shoot, okay? But my dad never taught me how to really safely and efficiently handle a firearm. That's what we do now. But when people buy a firearm, I'm going to show you the basic grip that you should use to be safe with a handgun, okay? This is a semi-automatic firearm, like a 9mm. Some of the brands that would be somewhat comparable to this, you could look at, a lot of people use Glock firearms, SIG, H&K, Heckler & Koch, Smith & Wesson, things like that. Okay? So, when you grip this firearm, you want to take your strong hand, whichever side that is, if you're a lefty or a righty. You want to grip it as high as you can. Get your hand as high up on that gun as possible without interfering with the operation of the gun, okay? This trigger finger, and here's the issue. Your trigger finger should stay along this seam that is created where the slide and the frame join together. So many times I see people with a finger like this, or they even have it inside the trigger guard. And that is a recipe for disaster in a lot of situations. One of the body's natural reactions, an external natural reaction, is a grasp reflex. You ever start walking down a flight of stairs and maybe stumble just a little bit, and the first thing your hands do is clamp down on that banister? Or if you think you're going to stumble, you'll clamp onto something. If you've got a firearm in your hand, and if you are frightened, if something startles you, and that grasp reflex takes over, and your finger is here inside that trigger guard, or you can shoot. There's the possibility is very good that you can touch off an accidental round or a negligent round. And so we keep our trigger finger up and away from the trigger and the trigger guard area until we are ready to shoot. There is no reason for this finger to be down here unless you're getting ready to shoot. Does that make sense to everybody?
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Okay. We take the 3 remaining fingers of our strong hand and wrap them around the grip with the knuckle of your middle finger resting underneath the trigger guard. That gives us a good, strong grip. The thumb of our strong hand, we keep it high. We keep it out of the way. So then we bring in our support hand. We can all shoot better using 2 hands rather than 1 when a handgun especially is involved. We bring in our support hand and we lap these 4 fingers parallel to the fingers on our strong hand with the knuckle of our forefinger touching the underside of the trigger guard. This big gap that I've created right here, we fill that with the meaty part of our hand, the heel of your hand. Yeah. We fill this in. These fingers wrap, our thumbs are parallel. We don't cross them, because when we cross them, you see all this extra real estate I just opened up and how much lower my grip is? When I grip here and my thumbs are parallel, I have a higher grip on this gun, and that enables me to shoot more accurately and shoot more quickly.
You've got more stability than with that
because
firearm.
The idea is the maximum amount of friction between my hands and this gun. That helps me to control it, okay? And my finger is still away from the trigger guard. That's the way it should be all the time until you are ready to shoot that gun. And that's simple stuff. That's part of one of the programs that we teach. It's very simple stuff. It's easy to forget, and people, when they handle a handgun, a lot of times naturally that trigger finger, in their mind, it gravitates down towards the trigger. We need to stay away from that until we're ready to shoot. That is a very simple, very efficient way to grasp a handgun. Now, that is something that you can practice around your house, with an unloaded firearm. It's not hard to do, and there are videos on the internet that teach people how to grip a firearm correctly. Many times I'm going to show you a couple of wrong ways, just for the heck of it. You see people on CSI or somewhere doing this. That's kind of like the teacup, and this doesn't accomplish anything really.
They're actors.
It gives your left hand something to do.
Yeah.
Okay. And you see all sorts of stuff like that. This is a wrong grip. I've seen them. I love watching the westerns where you see this. This is what your grip should look like. Okay. Yep. This is what it should look like.
Yep.
Okay. That enables us to be the most efficient shooter we can be with that defensive firearm.
Stupid question.
Okay.
Both me and you have got big hands.
Sure.
Can we borrow Carla for a minute? Just come over here behind Mike. We can
now
talk.
You're on the spot.
Let her show us.
Absolutely, we will. What's your name?
Carla.
Carla, my name's Mike. Okay, Carla, I want you to grip this firearm. I want you to get that. Okay, good job. Now, put this thumb here. Bring this hand in. Turn it just a little bit to fill in that gap. Just a little bit more. There you go. Keep those fingers. Now look at this. That is a big, full-size, man-sized pistol.
And she's got the right grip.
Yeah. She has got a proper grip, and she could shoot this gun very well, especially with just a little bit of help. She'll be fine. Her grip is good. There's no big gaps in it, and she's good to go. We just need to work with her.
Intruders beware. Carla's.
Good job, Carla.
Thank you, Carla. Well, it's good to know.
Yes.
Because, literally, come on. How many Barney Fifes are out there? I'm not in the sense of the comic. But how many times on that show did he shoot the floor or shoot the roof? You see what I'm saying?
Well, and that's
The
kind of
accidental shot.
that is good comedy relief when Barney does that. Okay,
Right.
I love the Andy Griffith Show. Watch it all the time. But when you own a firearm, something you need to remember is every bullet that goes out the muzzle of that firearm, you are tied to morally and ethically, legally and financially. So when Barney shoots that bullet into the floor and Andy takes his gun away from him, you know, and how that goes. Well, what if that bullet hits the floor and ricochets out, goes out the window and hits Aunt Bee when she's walking in
Exactly.
You know, something along those lines. So you are tied to every round that exits your firearm. So we must be safe and we must be efficient and we must be knowledgeable. So many times when it comes down to firearms, you don't know what you don't know. You know what I'm saying? If you've never been taught or trained certain things and you've never been exposed to it, then how is that person supposed to know it? They can't. Be like me trying to fly an airplane. I've never been given a lesson on how to fly an airplane. It's not realistic of me to think that I know how to fly an airplane then, right?
Yeah.
So it's that's the way it works.
So there's a lot more to it than just watching it in the movies and the good guys shooting at the bad guys.
There is.
And I think we have a tough time realizing this stuff.
So many times we watch our action heroes, you know, the Bruce Willis, the Mel Gibson, the whoever it is, the Brad Pitt, whoever, and they do incredible things, like on the John Wick movies that have gotten so popular in the last 5 or 6 years with Keanu Reeves. Man, that's fun to watch. It's great, but man, there's not a whole lot of realism there, and that's generally not how a defensive encounter will play out. So you got one of our cards there. So I'm going to urge people, if you have a firearm or are considering getting a firearm and you don't have experience, or if you do have experience and feel like that you need some extra help, www.gettrained. Be ready. There's a big, very easy to navigate website, and there's a lot of questions that can get answered there. We help people all over this state. We've got instructors in basically all 4 corners and fill in the middle too in this state.
Good.
Yep. And we do a good
Can they
job,
call
and
you
we work.
direct on this number?
Yes.
Can I give it out?
I don't care. It's on my card and it's on the back of my truck.
There you go, 656-1316. Get trained, be ready.
Yes.
Mike.sisk@gettrainedbeready.com.
That's me.
A lot of good
We got a bunch of classes coming up. You can check out the training calendar. We've got a lot of classes coming up, and I tell you, you know, the number of people we've had in our classes is impressive.
Good.
A lot of people
I
are
need to take
motivated.
that. I
You
need
do.
to- yeah, I need to take
A lot of people are motivated, and then when you see some of the things, you know, in our world anymore, we got so many video cameras, everything gets caught.
Sure.
And you see these things on the evening news, or you see them on YouTube or Facebook or wherever, and it concerns people when they see some of the things that happen around, you know. And it happens to everyday people. I am sorry to say that, but it does, you know. And the thing you were talking about with the apartment in the middle of the night, in intuitive defensive shooting, excuse me, we call that a dynamic critical incident. And a dynamic critical incident is made up of 3 things. They're surprising. You didn't know it was going to happen. That's like when I leave here, if I thought that the Shell station down here was going to be robbed, I wouldn't stop, would I? No, I wouldn't go into the bank if I thought it was being robbed. They're chaotic. You don't know what's going to happen next. So, and the third element of that is they are threatening to the point that the proper response is the use of a firearm. So you could have 2 of those 3. You can have a surprise birthday party. You can walk in your house tonight and turn on the lights and everybody goes, surprise! Well, it is a surprise. You didn't know it was going to happen.
Yeah.
It's chaotic. In those first few seconds that happen, you don't know what's going on. You don't know what's going to happen next. But it's definitely not threatening to the point you need to use a firearm, right?
Yeah, true. Yeah.
So that is the key to this dynamic critical incident, like you were talking about when you're asleep in an apartment at 2 a.m., is there is a threat level to you that requires you to use a firearm to defend yourself. So having said all of that, I'm back to this deal where through good, smart, efficient training and using your head to pre-plan how you're going to do these things in your house, in your apartment, wherever you live, that will enable you to better defend yourself if that ever happens.
There you go. Get trained, be ready. Mike Sisk, 656-1316.
That's me.
Good information. Thanks
Thank
for being
you.
here. All right.
Thanks for having me.
You bet.
Thank you for the hand model over there.
Be right back.
Of the Ozarks. It's our desire that you think about finding a way to live your life to the fullest while living with a serious illness. If you ever need help and support, we provide a team of healthcare professionals and volunteers that will support your physical, emotional, and spiritual aspects of life while doing the same for your family and caregivers in the comfort of your own home or wherever you call home. When you think about Hospice of the Ozarks, we hope that you grant us permission to walk on the journey with you. Your not-for-profit option since 1979.
For years I've lifted weights, probably 30 years. The last 2.5, 3 years I'd have pain in my back of my deltoid at the joint. And it was extremely painful, and it didn't matter if I lifted weights or what I did. Whenever I pushed on anything, it hurt. Dr. Osgood had told me about this laser therapy. And so I tried it. 4 sessions later, 0 pain. And now I'm lifting weights again with no pain.
Do you know where your money goes when you give to charity? At the Salvation Army, 85 cents of every dollar stays to help those in need in our local community. Hi, I'm Captain Spaulding. The money we raise help people in the surrounding 5 counties, including Baxter, Marion, Sharp, Izzard, and Fulton. You can help by donating your unwanted items and by shopping at the Salvation Army store. Those in need get assistance with rent, utilities, sending kids to camp, and many other things. When it comes to this charity, the Salvation Army always helps those in our community.
At Connor Family Funeral Home, our goal is to provide our friends and neighbors with caring, compassionate services at an affordable price. Connor Family is a full-service funeral home that offers a wide range of services to meet your family's needs and customs. We are the first on-site crematory in the area and provide many options to memorialize your loved ones and address all the details for a more personalized service. Where compassion and affordability meet, Connor Family Funeral Home in Mountain Home. Whether you're a professional lawnscape contractor or a homeowner in need of quality lawn equipment, Moran's Lawn & Garden has you covered. Moran's is the longest originally owned lawn and garden business in Mountain Home, with a 5,700 square foot warehouse packed full of new current year inventory for all your lawn maintenance needs. Moran stocks a full line of factory parts, and they service everything they sell, offering top names like Grasshopper, Hustler, and Country Clipper. Moran stands behind their quality service with thousands of customers using their products daily. Moran's Lawn & Garden, servicing the entire Twin Lakes area.
When I grow up, I want to...
$7.39. You want to take over now?
No. It's your show. You got this.
Carlos Stroud's here with Effortless Style. And so it's 1 girl to 3 guys. We're going to talk about ladies' clothes, right?
Right.
It's all yours.
She's already won.
How you doing?
I'm
good to have you.
Good. How are you? Thanks
Step
for having
number
me.
1, get dressed.
Yes.
Right?
We would all
Well, shower would be
appreciate
good.
that.
Yeah.
So tell us about your store, Effortless Style, the location, and what you do.
Okay, I am located at 8 East 1st Street, right behind Vanguard, in the cute little yellow house with the teal door.
Oh, yeah.
This has been kind of my dream forever, since I was a little girl. If anybody would ask me from the time I was growing up, what is your dream job? It would always be, I want to have a store. So, did not start out with that. I started out in education because it was a stable income, secure, you know. But it's next tomorrow will actually be 2 years that
Wow.
Effortless Style has been born.
February 1st.
So, I just started slow. I started out of my home selling things on Facebook and meeting people and delivering packages. And then my favorite building in town came open in September, and I said,
There
it's
it is.
mine.
Right.
So I finished out the school year, and the end of May
Yeah.
went full time.
Wonderful.
What and where did you teach at?
Norfolk. I taught family and consumer science for 5 years, and then I was the counselor for 4.
Yep, good.
Wow.
So I was telling kids, you have to do what you love, follow your dreams, and I love my job. I loved education, but this was always in the back of my mind.
Number one. So you carry a full line of...
I do. I serve women from size small to 3X because every woman deserves beautiful clothes. And a lot of times women are a little freaked out to go into boutiques because think like Pretty Woman, the experience that she has when she walks in to the store. But there's something for everybody at Effortless Style. I carry gifts. A lot of local vendors are actually featured in my shop.
Really?
So, yes.
Local vendors, meaning...
Makers of things.
Really?
I have a lady who makes bath bombs. There's a lady who does leather earrings. And I like to find companies that are a give back too. So...
Yep, like your Faya candles.
Yes.
Yeah.
Really?
Every time you buy a Faya candle, they donate to feed a child.
Really?
Yes. So
Wow.
she finds stuff like that. Unique gifts. I mean, she's really got an eye for it. She had these bracelets and necklaces that have written statements in Morse code. So they're gold and silver. And so they have the little balls, and so it reads out in Morse
The dots
code.
and dashes?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
And Dad, we might ought to mention that this is her husband and
Yes.
not her boyfriend. So
Yes, they are married.
that is why he knows so much about her business.
That's right.
Also, I have a really cool gift. It's a pint glass, and it has the etching of the map of Mountain Home in it.
Cool.
Yes. So I try to find unique things
Is that
for
a local?
everyone.
Is that locally produced?
It's produced out of Colorado, actually.
Okay.
Boy, they're having something going on the roof.
It's a little warmer.
The Super Bowl's this weekend. There must be a rehearsal on the roof.
It's a little warmer this morning.
So literally, though, even though you have ladies' clothes, guys could come in there and get gifts
For sure.
that special
I
someone.
love when husbands come in to pick out things for their wives. So you
Because
can tell.
what's 14
when-
days from now, David?
Valentine's Day. We actually don't celebrate Valentine's Day.
Nope. That's a request to her, and I'm okay with it. I always found it overrated.
Me
We're
too.
supposed to love each other all year round.
Yep.
So,
Oh gosh.
But I do offer gift cards as well.
Really?
So
and a lot of the guys come in there and just buy a gift card.
Really?
I mean, there's been quite a few that.
or
Yeah.
we can
a lot of thought has to go into a gift
lot
card.
of times they'll show me a picture of their wife so I can kind of get an idea of their style, and we just pick out a wardrobe. It's really fun.
Yeah.
Wow.
Also, this Saturday I am doing a bag sale. So you buy the bag for $20, and everything that you can stuff inside of the bag is 40% off. Bargain.
Boy.
It's a big bag too.
That's tomorrow?
Like this big.
Yeah.
Yes.
Tomorrow, 10 to 3.
Wow. Bag sale, $20, 40% off. Wow. Making notes. So 8 East 1st Street, and that's back behind Vanguard?
Yes.
Just
Caddy corner from FNBC
is it
and
just
the frame shop.
east of Scott Tabor's?
I'm right next door to Scott Tabor.
Okay. Yeah. Good.
Yeah. Everybody's they're wondering where that's at. And she was saying, well, instead of going to the hospital, you take the road opposite of that.
Okay.
And so a lot of people understood that part. But
Yeah.
it's amazing how many don't know Vanguard.
Yeah.
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 So that big brick building right there, it's blocking
the
her
big
store.
white column.
Right behind.
It's right behind.
Maybe Jeff will scoot it over a little bit.
No.
Well, I'm glad to hear this is here. And so what, I mean, women of all sizes and all taste and all varieties of style.
The style that I kind of go with is a timeless basics that you can mix and match with things that you already have in your closet. So if someone picks something out, I always try to suggest different ways that they could put several different outfits together.
Where is your market? Where do you go to buy your goods to bring to your store? Is it Dallas or is it Las Vegas?
I
Is
have
it-
gone to Dallas Market. I do a lot of stuff online, actually. But it's good to go to market to see all the different little vendors that you can bring in.
She does a lot of online research. Believe me, sitting on the
lot.
couch, just yeah.
It would take a lot of research because there's so many different varieties of taste.
Well, and the sizes. I mean, how
Yeah,
do you
yeah,
know what
yeah.
to stock when
And-
there's 48 different sizes? And,
Right.
And,
Yeah.
You know, like I like to wear a 3X shirt, but I actually wear an XL or double X. But I like the feel of a 3. So
That's
how do you know?
And I try to be very consistent. A lot of times in women's clothing, the plus size rack is about this big, and there are ugly styles of clothing that aren't consistent with all of the other clothing in this shop. So my plus size section is the exact same that you would find in the small through large.
That's a good idea. Wow. 7:46. We need to take a break. More with Carla right after this.
Save lives, like a superhero, and show up when people needed me. When I grow up, I want to do animations. I want to create characters that can fly.
No matter what it is you want out of life, there is a path to get there.
When I grow up, I don't know what I want to do when I grow up, but I know I want to go to college.
Arkansas State University Mountain Home. Take your first step at asumh.edu.
Diatley Dental Care is a family-owned dental practice. Doctors Irvin and Christina Diatley grew up in the Twin Lakes area and are proud to serve the community. With modern treatment methods and state-of-the-art technology, they are dedicated to providing exemplary care to patients of all ages. Our compassionate team consistently receives training above and beyond the standard of care.
We're changing the way you see dentistry.
Come be a part of our dental family.
Start the new year with us. Your local Sears hometown store is your destination for appliances, lawn and garden equipment, tools, and much more. Savings up to 30% on appliances. And save 70% on this Craftsman 42-piece bit socket wrench set, now only $29.99. And take up to 25% off tractors, mowers, snow throwers, and more. No credit required leasing and Sears card financing available.
Visit your Sears hometown store located right here in Mountain Home.
Driftwood Lanes. Fun happens here.
$7.49. Carla's here from Effortless Style, and their location is 8 East 1st Street in Mountain Home. And we want to invite ladies to come out and check out all the great styles they have there, all the fashions. And tomorrow is a bag sale, $20 for the bag. Everything inside it's 40% off, so you can save some money. And
You know, before the show started this morning, even before the intro, I heard you talking about you have a consortium of other boutiques in the area that you guys kind of feed off each other and help each other develop your business. Talk about that a little bit.
Okay, so there are 6 boutiques in town, and we call ourselves the Downtown Boutiques, and we get together, we have coffee, we encourage each other, we talk shop, and we also have planned 3 different events all together where it's kind of a shop and hop. So we're supporting everybody working together because it's a win if we can keep people in our area and shop. So
are you comfortable with sharing the names of the other shops, or?
Sure.
Okay.
So we have Shabby to Chic, Freckles Chic, myself, I'm going around the
there you go.
town, Louie and Roy, The Porch at Winfield's, and Lorna's Boutique.
Let's see, some of those I've not even heard of.
Mm-hmm.
Not that I'm going out shopping for a ladies'
Well, I was going to say,
clothes.
now, when was the last time you were looking for a dress?
Most generally, I'm searching tubes and capacitors for jukeboxes. Yeah. By the way,
I've never seen a tube in a dress, Dale.
Probably have something that would fit you, but I don't know that it's your style.
Yeah. Oh boy.
But
So-
that's the type of entrepreneur that she is. She's not just
Well,
out
and
for
what I
herself.
like and see
she's
when they
yeah.
share this stuff, let's say that Carla doesn't have exactly what's needed, so she can refer, but yet we're shopping here.
Absolutely.
You know, and Bob, well, all y'all know you.
Right.
Shop here, people. Shop here.
Please.
Yeah.
Buy local or buy local.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good point.
Mhm.
Yeah. And you know, look at the. You know, I've still got tears in my eye over Old Time Restaurant. You know, and hopefully someday it'll be back, because now we're working to get the square revitalized. A lot of stuff going on, and you know, that's another mom and pop shop, as we call it.
Right.
But with it gone, there's a void.
Mm-hmm.
And so this is what we're looking at. You know, all these little shops. You know, not only is your livelihood, but it's also kind of the heartbeat of the town.
Right. And you're actually supporting a family when you shop local.
Good point. Good point.
And these are the places that you go to have them sponsor the teams of your children. And so if we
Well, he would know
can
that.
spend our dollars with these companies that are local mom and pops, then we all win.
How many teams do you think you've seen sponsored over the last 25 years? And
Oh gosh, there is absolutely no
hundreds.
telling. Yeah.
Hundreds. Because he's been involved in youth football for what, 25 or 27 years now?
Yeah, since '95.
Yeah.
So it's
25,
I'm
yeah,
25
25
years. You know, and then it's the wrestling and the girls softball, and it's the this and it's the that,
And fundraisers that come up.
yeah, and that's the big thing.
Mhm.
You know, you go to a small shop like hers, and you ask them, they may or may not be able to help you. You go to a big box store, very seldom will you ever get anything out of a Walmart. But you go to a big box store like a Homes or Home Depot or a Lowe's, 9 times out of 10, it's a no, we don't do anything local. Well, why are you here? Why are you taking my money?
Yeah.
Ooh, wow.
Yeah, I spend my money local. Why don't you spend some of your money local?
That's my favorite thing to do, is to be able to help companies or people raising money for catastrophic events. Like, if that's not our heartbeat, then I don't know. Giving is
Well, yeah, you know, helping
so
somebody
important.
else.
Well, the old saying is, giving's kind of expected of us. And somebody said, well, you've got a lot. Well, yeah, because I've worked for it. But I give, and I do it with purpose.
Mhm.
I give because I expect a return. You invest to get a return. Well, your investment is giving to those small little projects here and there.
Sure.
And you are going to get a return. And my return doesn't have to always be monetary. It can be a smile of a little kid. I know one year a group of guys got together and we bought shoes, football cleats for kids that their parents couldn't afford it. We knew that. But when you see that little kid out there on a field and he's got those brand new shoes, that's the proudest thing in his life at the time. There's your payback.
That's a win.
You know, it is a win.
And the
for
fact that he gets to participate on that football field.
Sure. You know, and it doesn't have to be always sports related. There's some different things that go
Well,
on.
it could be academic too. A
Exactly
new box
right.
of crayons for that first grader.
Right.
You know.
You know,
It
there's
could be somebody getting a fresh start. She doesn't like to mention it, and I won't bring it up, but she's helped people in a way that, you know, amazes me. She, I can't say she doesn't want to toot her own horn, though, but these people needed a fresh start, and she gave them clothes out of her store for free.
Sure.
And
So-
the
but
return
you're
on
not
that will
going,
be
okay,
tenfold.
well,
you know.
I'm expecting 17 customers out of that dress that I just gave this lady. No. The smile alone, if you could be there when the lady opened it up the first time and saw it, just that smile is payback.
Quick story. Guy gave me a whole box of old 78 RPM records one time. I pulled one out, and it says Introduction to Duck Calling by V.C. Smith, Mount Pleasant, Illinois. I called Mount Pleasant, Illinois Chamber of Commerce, and ironically, the guy that answered the phone said, I go to church with his grandson's wife. Can I have her call you? She did within 15 minutes. And she says, where did you find this? I told her where it was. Here's what happened. Her grandfather had died. I called on a Tuesday. Her grandfather's funeral was the Saturday prior to that, and her husband, who was in the Air Force, came into Mount Pleasant, Illinois from Kansas, and his brothers were there, and he says, I don't have anything in my grandfather's. I wish I had just one item. And I call on Tuesday. They offered to write me a check. No, it's your record.
Yeah.
So I packed it up real tight and sent it to Mount Pleasant, Illinois. They were thrilled.
Yeah.
It's the little things.
It's stuff like
Yeah.
that.
It is.
So you've got stuff for ladies of all styles and...
Yes. Clothing size small through 3X and accessories and all kinds of fun little gifts.
It's so good to be a guy because our styles never change. I can be a slob all the time.
Well, Dale, yeah, they do. You just haven't grasped that over 62 years. What's your phone number?
My phone number is 870-200-9. I'm trying to type on my phone. I just got a new number for my business. 9085.
Say that again.
870-200-9085.
That's a landline?
It's attached to my cell phone.
Really?
Yeah.
I've never heard the 200 exchange right there.
Well, it's one through Google.
It's through Google.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
It's like a grasshopper phone. It'll intercept your call if you happen to be on it for you. It's
Cool.
a good process.
It is. Yeah.
Wow.
I have a website.
Oh, good.
ShopEffortlessStyleOnline.com.
Well, let me see how much time I got. I got about 3 minutes. Let me pull that up.
Okay.
Type it in there. You can type it faster than I can. And there's the mouse.
And she does ship all over the U.S.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Actually, I have customers from different countries too. So I have a map on my wall and it shows all the places that I've shipped to. So it's kind of fun, coast to coast.
Are these styles that you're modeling here?
Yes.
Okay. We take that shot. There you go.
Yeah.
Very nice.
All kinds of fun things.
Okay, ladies, tomorrow's your day. Bag sale, $20 for the bag. Stuff it full of stuff. Get 40% off everything in the bag.
It's a great way to get some new transition pieces into spring and then maybe even some winter pieces to carry you through the year and then into next winter too.
One more time, where are you located? Tell people how to get there.
Okay, 8 East 1st Street in Mountain Home. It's directly behind Vanguard, catty corner to the frame shop, right next door to Scott
So if you
Tabor.
don't know where Vanguard is, it's the big red brick building that's at the corner of 62 and 5 where you go off to the hospital. If you're coming from the west, you'll turn to the right. If you're coming from the east, you'll turn to the left. It's the first or second building behind Vanguard. First building behind Vanguard on the right.
There's the Morse code he was talking about.
Yep.
If you
Oh, yeah,
scroll
right
down
here.
just a little bit. I'm brave.
Huh.
And the bracelets right there, they're made out of recycled ammo from
Here?
the one next to it.
Right here?
Uh-huh. And
Wow.
those are made by women in other countries who are pretty much unemployable.
Really?
Mhm.
Wow. How y'all walk around in some of those shoes? I was out in Las Vegas one time. Those girls walking around in 5-inch heels on those marble floors at the Venetian Hotel in Vegas. Oh, my goodness. I'm
Well,
holding on to the floor with tennis shoes.
My mom always told me beauty is painful.
Yeah. That's right.
Oh, my goodness. Anybody got anything to add, Bob or David? Carl?
No, that's good.
We're about out of, 30
you
seconds?
Did good. She was scared, everybody.
Ah,
This is
just
a
be
little
yourself.
out of my comfort zone, but
We'd
not
like
so
to have you
bad.
back. It was a lot of fun. Bob, got anything to add?
No, I think we're good. It's shop local.
Shop
Shop local.
Yeah. He knows firsthand. He's been in business how many years?
Long time.
Long time.
Yeah.
Well, the end of January. Yay. The
Yes.
first full month of winter is gone.
I
Hooray.
feel like it was like 74 days long.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Got it
January
right. See you
actually
Monday.
starts on Thursday of Thanksgiving.